and the women's draw. Pictures live from Namdong Asiad Stadium in Cheon, Korea. With Nick Goodman as the two teams make their way out onto the pitch. The blue and black of Kazakhstan. And there we have it. Keep your eyes on the blondie at number 11, Darya Tachiova.
Also the experienced Anna Yakaleva. She's been a stalwart for this team for many years.
They've got some tremendous players. Alvina Al-Yong, Chan Jai-Yu, and Eunice Chu, and number 6, Jane Chan. All part of the strongest selection that Singapore can put together. Craig Chan of the Hong Kong Referee Society blows time on. And it's game 2 on day 2. Singapore start the match as the ball comes off, an early mistake for Kazakhstan. I think there might have been a falcon.
Yeah, copped it right in the face there. Not the best start to your morning.
No, certainly one on the face early on a Sunday is not great.
So early opportunity for Singapore.
Fine. Sit.
Ball stolen, it's a tight head for Kazakhstan. And straight away they move it out to the speedster. They've cut off the ground well though for it. Singapore have done some good work. Kazakhstan forced to move it back. Sim makes a good challenge. Singaporean defence won't be taking any backward steps, they really don't. They have got some tremendous courage. Sim again getting across, as is Chan. Kazakhstan now still trying to break out of their own half. Look at that tenacious technique from Singapore's Tachiova. Now they move. Oh, good tackle, outstanding ball, and a good tackle from Singapore.
They take it quickly. Great work to get that turnover.
On to the ball, looks like it's gone back as a call from referee Chan. As Al Yong arrives just in a nick of time for a Singaporean team. And they start moving the ball again. Unlike the Chinese, Singaporeans just lacking the confidence to throw the big long passes, but it doesn't worry Nurmatova, who breaks clear, takes a quick tap and clears out from the ruck. And it's only referee Chan there to beat it. Opening 5 points for Kazakhstan. Caught them napping, Nick.
Yep, Nurmatova, good quick thinking there, spied the opportunity and shot through that gap. So good start by Kazakhstan, but Singapore defended well initially. It's just unfortunate that they turned the ball over there. Slots it through, so 7-0 Kazakhstan.
It's a tough old morning when you've got to take your own kicks.
No one else seemed that interested.
Yeah, got left for that one alone, and really it was possibly a case of the Sunday morning wake-ups. And Singapore, not Nurmatova, trot off to the try line, and the try scorer comes back to restart the game. 7-0 Kazakhstan, leading Singapore. Off and away down the middle of the pitch, it's deepish, and it's picked off nicely by Amanda.
Another handling error that put themselves under a bit of pressure here, Singapore.
Oh, looming up. Oh, they almost picked the pocket of the Kazakhstan team. They've earned themselves some turnover ball though. As Bakitabaeva tried to lay it off. I think to Proskina coming across.
Sit.
Just need to be a little bit more patient, I think, Kazakhstan, if they can hold the ball.
Now they're showing their power at the set piece. Almost shoving Singapore off. That's a good, strong run by number 7, Alvina Al Yong. It's been turned over, and here we go. First try of the day to number 11. Kachiova.
Feed the speed. Turnover ball, and number 11, Tachikiova. It's a weapon out here on this commentary side.
Well, we've seen the young lady. Oh, well.
Shades of Bowden Barrett 2 weeks ago. Had the boots on today.
It's remarkable. They're only about 8 inches thick, those crossbars. To hit them from any distance is good effort. Here we go. Kachiova. In the end, just idling. I don't even really think she reached for the gear handle at all. 12-0. Kazakhstan lead, and they start out again through Nurmatova.
A lot of handling errors in this match early on. Can't blame the conditions, because we had a pass round out there earlier in the day, and couldn't be better.
Good pass too. I think there's 30 or 40 very good passes. Probably some of the best passing they'll see here at the ground today.
No drop balls.
No drop balls.
Everything chest tight.
9, sit.
Made in New Zealand. There's the scrum now as Kazakhstan spread the ball, and hitting hard back on the angle was Proskorina.
Scrum red.
She spilled it forward. And Singapore, well, they get to breathe. But they're breathing in the wrong part of the park, I think, for their coach.
Early, balls in, then you can
See if they can secure the scrum. Kazakhstan had a pretty powerful first half effort, shunted them off the ball.
crouch. Bind. Sit.
Singapore feed the ball. And a quick heel, it comes off the shin. However, of Alvina Al Yong.
Advantage over.
Now, Baeva, Nurmatova, on Stepan Yuga,
Roll.
Kachiova into the boot and releases. And now they start moving the ball, and it's a good run from number 4, Proskurina, to 8, Yakovleva.
Yakovleva, the veteran. Yeah, lovely little break through the middle there, and got the arms free. Yakovleva running a nice support line. Once again, hits that cross, hits the woodwork or the plastic.
Well, if they were donating for charity for every time the girl hit the par, the charity would be happy. Look at this. Proskorina does well.
Yeah, got through 2 defenders there, got the arms free. So you'd have to say a bit of an error-riddled first half by both sides, but Kazakhstan have taken their opportunities better. Hence the 17-0 lead.
Time is up in the first half. We're down to the final play of the opening 7 minutes. As it comes back to Amanda. She's dropped about on the 22. Not releasing as a call from Chan, and Yakovleva now moves the ball. Pass over the top by Proskorina, and Takiova goes in for her second try of the day and closes out the half for Kazakhstan with more points.
Yeah, she's dangerous out on those flanks. She's got herself into space twice, and no one's looked like touching her. Runs it round. Pretty hard wide-angled conversion here, but Nurmatova.
Well, shouldn't have any problems with the post this time.
No, a reasonable strike, but a bit short.
So the halftime blows here at Namdong Asyad Stadium. And the halftime score, Kazakhstan leading Singapore 22 points to 0. A scrappy first half, error-ridden. My commentary expert has called it.
Yep, Singapore just need to get their hands on the ball and hold it through a few phases in the second half. Kazakhstan have got some lethal finishes, strong runners.
they're just lacking a bit of confidence with the ball in hand, aren't they, Singapore? They've got good courage and heart on defence. They're willing to scramble around and do the hard work. The ball in hand, they just seem to be a little bit off the pace compared to the other programs. This team, Kazakhstan, well, you know where their strengths are, and it's been interesting to see players like Karina, Proskarina really start stepping up. Of course, one of the other great players they have is Koshibayeva, who is an absolute battering ram in the middle of the field.
Yep, they play a fairly direct style of rugby and get through the collisions, get those arms free, and there's always support runners coming on from depth. So I think they're going to be quite hard to beat in this competition if they can keep the accuracy up.
So all is in readiness for the start now of the second half, and it will be Kazakhstan to start through Bakitibaeva. Craig Chan whistles time on, and this ball may not drift the 10. In fact, it doesn't. And so Singapore will get the right to bring it back to square one. Tap and go. And they do. Switch play for Singapore.
Finish high.
Singapore with the advantage. They've got some space out here. Good footwork and a nice fend.
That's some good footwork by number 6, Jane Chan. Must release now. Kazakhstan, the players off the feet. Yong. Yeong. Number 1 for Singapore. They're working themselves into a nice position here, Singapore. Let's see if their line out set piece is working for them.
Very nice kick right into the corner there, so they've got an opportunity here. So the half-time message, whatever it was, seems to have been effective in the first minute or so here.
Well, it would have been the Milky Bars were on me. Singapore find the mark at set piece time. Line out works well, but they won't want to stand in front of Kazakhstan for long. Now they try to move it. Singapore carry it to the lines. Good, strong defence. They do have Kazakhstan. There's going to be a card here too for Kazakhstan. Well, they have had problems with discipline. 3 cards yesterday against China indicated that. I think that's just a lazy mistake.
Yeah, 3 penalties in a row, and really need to tighten up on that discipline.
Singapore searching for a way through. Great position, 5 out, just to the right of the uprights. Singapore. Kazakhstan defence holds. Counter ruck is strong. Ball is there though for Singapore. And it comes back. Chan carries, tries to offload. Instead finds Becker, and Becker swings it back the other way and opens up the ground for the flyer is Tkacheva. Races down the commentary touchline and heads under the crossbar, and Kazakhstan have turned hard defence into a scoring opportunity.
Well, a bit of a heartbreaker there for Singapore. They did a lot of hard work to get themselves into a scoring position, and then Kazakhstan, we've commented on their discipline, but they do some good work at the breakdown, turning ball over. They're quite physical in there, and I guess that's a gamble you take, and when you've got a speedster like this and you can secure some turnover ball, she's going to be lethal.
Well, it almost seems counterintuitive that they lose a player and then they start playing like stars.
Yeah.
Well, I can't quite work it out. I've never seen a sevens team play better with 5 players.
No, it's an unusual one.
Maybe they should do the opposite of touch Kazakhstan and start with 1 and end the game with 7.
Get the reverse drop off. Drop on.
You got 4.
Okay, just a little bit of on-field management for referee Chan as he checks his administration. Kazakhstan still under the yellow card, so they have 6 players. They lead 29 points to 0. And that ball drifts over the head. Oh, no, has it gone out? It did eventually go out.
It's a good restart when you're down a player.
Poor old Eunice Chu. Watch that bounce over her head and almost stay in the field of play. It's a terrible, cruel thing, the rugby ball, isn't it?
Never know which way it's going to bounce. So we've got Askarova subbing on in number 5. Singapore have got a lot of work to do here from...
Well, they've got more work than you'd expect now as Bakadibaeva trundles over for a try. And the Kazakhstan playmaker dots down.
Just an overthrow there, and she was pretty quick on seizing that opportunity. Bakadibaeva slots it through. 36-0 Kazakhstan leading. They're back to their full complement now.
Well, you can almost say it's even Stevens. Bakadibaeva, well, they couldn't put a hand on it.
Nice balance running there.
So, inside the final 3 minutes of the game, only 2 minutes change remaining. Game number 2 of 4 of the women's bracket, opening up Sunday at Namdong Asiad Stadium. As the ball bounces awkwardly for all concerned. The Singaporean team, though, through Felicia Tao, quite a stretch. Kazakhstan on the far side.
It's just the handling errors, the inability to secure the kickoffs and build pressure through phases. It's really hurting Singapore at the moment.
Singapore Hawker move up. Okay, also Hawker move up.
Number 3, Becca on for Kazakhstan. She goes to the front of the line out.
Let's keep the gap, don't move, okay? Okay, now you go, let's go.
Good lift. Take there.
And they come straight through the middle. Bakadibaeva started the play on the wraparound, finishes it with a try. Nice set piece move from Kazakhstan. Goes according to plan. And I think the coach can sit down and take the weight off.
Yep, it's pretty comprehensive. It's actually a nice offload there by Proscarino. Got her hands free, and Bakadibaeva running that support line again. Strikes that one nicely and confidently through, so pretty big lead here.
Oh, Kazakhstan showed some ability to put the ball into space and create some space as well. It's good variation in play. 2 or 3 seasons ago, we were just used to seeing a team trundle it straight up the channel. Bakadibaeva restarts. Singapore now 43 points adrift. 30 seconds remaining in the match.
Lost.
What can they pluck here in terms of a consolation? Singapore as Kazakhstan look to close them down with a fast advancing tackle line. Not letting the Singaporean girls have any rest at all. Defence presses. See the style of play that Singapore like to engage in. Keep all their passing targets very close. And I guarantee the ball stays in hand and they just take maybe a metre or 2 metres at a time. Fortunately on that occasion though, not letting the ball go. Bakadibaeva taps and goes. Prosperina gives the ball off to Koshibaeva, and in the end it's Becca who scores under the sticks.
Yeah, big don't argue there by Koshibaeva. Got rid of her defender.
Well, she kept steaming onto the ball, didn't she?
Yep. They run some run from depth and run quite hard. It's quite a physical approach by Kazakhstan. But they've added some touch to it as well. They've got some nice offloads going there. kicks away, so it keeps it under 50, 48 nil. There we see the end of it, but it was made by Koshi Boyeva earlier, who hit a good straight line and burst through the middle.
As the teams shake hands at the end of the game, there's the official score. Kazakhstan 48, Singapore 0. Here on game 2 of day 2, the Asia